Cos'è Wikimire?
No, è come l'inglese, scusa. Door opener.
Che in inglese vuol dire door la porta, opener quello che apre la porta.
Quindi l'apertura porta.
Apri porta, via.
How do you pronounce this? How do you pronounce?
Deuropna.
Door opener?
It's door opener.
Yeah.
Vedi?
Basta.
Ed era un altro appuntamento con Wikimire.
You know, for some reason, when we come to Norway, we know that metal is going to be huge in Norway and Scandinavia in general.
Yeah.
But has always been huge, like, you know, even when it was just like sort of like a mainstream thing, you know, like, but it didn't stay like that. What do you think is the reason for that? You know, particularly in Scandinavia, you know?
I don't know, I mean, Scandinavian metal didn't get big until the Norwegian black metal bands came around.
Right.
And made it very, very big, and still very big.
But you know, we say like, okay, metal is big in Norway, but to say the Altar is just a metal band, it's pretty...
That's very, that's a narrow...
Too wide.
Yeah. It's way more than just metal.
Right.
Our backgrounds are pretty different as well. Andreas comes more for the metal and hardcore scene, and
no metalcore.
No metalcore, but hardcore.
No metalcore.
What would be metalcore? What would you mean, like metalcore?
Just bad, awful music.
All right, all right.
No, but like hardcore and also metal.
And also metal.
My background is more experimental, more into noise music and avant-garde stuff, basically.
I just want to say to everybody, you know, that, you know, if in case they try to Google, you guys, you should put the 2A, right?
Well,
Three? Yeah.
Oh, I mean Altar.
A-L-T-A-A-R. Yeah.
Right, but, you know, it turns out that the way you spell it, it's
altar in like the English meaning altar. It's how you write it in Dutch.
in Dutch.
Yeah.
So they might get some footage, weird footage before.
Tons of wedding pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
But then eventually, you know, if you keep looking.
Down on the 700th place, I don't know.
Den så kallade greven tillstod i Eidsivating lagmannsrett I dag at han drap Øystein Aarseth natt til 10. august I fjor.
Varg Vikenes, født 11.2.73, dømmes til en straff av fengsel I 21 år.
But by the way, in the beginning you said, you know, like, oh, we're not really just, you know, like what people think, you know, Norway black metal, you know, it was a huge thing. I mean, it
still is.
Yeah, but like, it just got like very bad publicity about, you know, like, there were like a few accidents, you know, pretty hardcore.
Yeah, accidents, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, would you define that like bad publicity or?
Yeah, but I guess like people to some extent like thought automatically that everyone that listened to metal were like criminals or murderers or rapists or whatever, I don't know. So it moved the whole genre into sort of like this more evil direction, like it was...
Right.
It was... yeah, it got that kind of label on it that didn't sort of like make any sense, really.
It's always been, but you know, that's what you love when you're like...
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I used to love Venom and just like that album, At War with Satan, I must have listened to like a million times, you know, but I was afraid of just like hitting my schoolmate, you know, like it was just like, I love that evil sound, you know, but you know, it doesn't necessarily make you evil. Actually, in my experience, most of those people were actually the good people, you know, they got out their aggressivity, you know, through the music, you know, and then
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's it doesn't necessarily add up to people that listen to metal and like to sort of like the lyrics or something like that. It's just like to put yourself in a mood where you normally wouldn't be, you know.
Right.
So it became suddenly too dramatic and too big, so it lost sort of like the original focus in a way.
Yeah. Cheers.
There's a bass player.
All right, cool. Hey, how you doing?
It's his birthday.
Oh, he didn't know about the birthday. Happy birthday, by the way, yeah. And what's next for Alter? Now you're in the studio recording, but you won't tour this summer?
No.
Just doesn't work.
Yeah,
right?
we have a few shows coming up. Yeah, we don't tour much.
Huh.
We've toured enough.
Yeah, I mean we both played in different other bands, and I don't have the urge to do a 2-month tour because I've done it. I'm way more comfortable doing a show now and then, and make those shows good.
Right.
Instead of going on these sort of like European tours where you only play these, where you only play these sort of like crust-punk venues and you get offered a place to sleep if you come to Venice or something like that, and then it's like, oh yeah, you can sleep right here.
Well, then you can, 5 of you can just easily, you know, like.
Go to sleep wherever you want, and then see you tomorrow. And then they lock the door. And you're like,
Vorrei viaggiare su ali di carta con te. Saper inventare, dire
D'accordo, dica sì! Sì!
Cutting right to the core.
So Lucy, like, did you start it up with bands and then got sick of bands and just decided to get a loop station instead?
Yes, actually, exactly as you
Really?
said, yeah.
You're no good, I have to cut you.
What are your musical roots? Like, you started with a, say, like a soul band, or you...
No, I started with the huge genre called pop rock.
All right.
I was in a band with 2 guitarists, a bass player, drums, and a keyboardist.
Right.
And I ended up basically not being able to hear myself sing. So
were they all guys, probably?
They were also all guys, yeah. Yeah. So it was slightly difficult, so I decided to quit and go venture out on my own.
No empty space can ever be called alone.
And how did you get in touch with the beautiful instrument known as the loop station?
I can't actually remember. I think someone just told me that it was kind of a fun thing to play around with, and I had some extra money, so I bought one, and then I probably locked myself in my room for like ages and just played around with it. Well, basically, I have a rehearsal room or a studio in Berlin.
Okay.
So I like to travel to Berlin to work, writing music.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then I'm based in Oslo otherwise.
But you're originally from England?
Yes. Didn't have any taste in music, so I kind of had to...
Really? Like, what were they listening to?
Well, they Dire Straits and Chris Rea, and my mum was a huge fan of Phil Collins.
I love Chris Rea and Dire Straits. I can't really say the same about Phil Collins, you know, but...
I don't know anyone who likes
Phil Collins. But you know, Phil Collins, great shirts.
Yeah,
Hawaiian shirt,
yeah.
The best.
Great moon.
Yeah.
But he's... no, so basically I kind of... And when I was maybe 11 or 12, my best friend introduced me to gospel music. So I kind of grew up just listening a lot to gospel music and, yeah, gospel and soul.
A lot of the artists, I think, they love to say, like, oh, my parents listened to this music, so I was really,
so
like, naturally, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. It wasn't the case in my family.
So it all starts from the blues, basically?
Yes. Mahalia Jackson and Odetta.
Odetta?
Yeah.
So you can actually, you know, put up like a gospel choir just by yourself. That's what you basically do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know, you kind of, that's why I also use kind of, I also use vocal pedals just to kind of detach from the clean vocals so that you can kind of make noises with your vocals that don't necessarily sound
like a voice.
Like vocals, yeah.
Right, so you could become a synth whenever you want. Or,
yeah. Or try, yeah.
A guitar.
I feel like shouting. 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 Tell me how we made it over. I had to cry. The midnight hour coming on.
But if the people watching Shuffolato now want to know more about your music, where should they look for it?
They should look for me on Facebook, basically. That's where, and Facebook and Twitter is where all the updates come.
Lucy Swan.
Lucy Swan,
Okay.
Lucyswann.
Okay.
2 N's.
All right, cool. Thermometer? You know thermometer? You know, like...
Poi mi ha parlato quello digitale che ha detto ma scusa non ce l'hai quello normale? Vabbè va. Ho fatto proprio. Non ci. Vabbè. Ciao arrivederci. Va bene digitale.
20.000 euro.
Faceva brutto la perché ho detto Mimo questo o questo? Che prima che capisce male. No, you know.
No, sì.